I just lost my job. My car just broke down. Plus, I got this $10,000 medical bill. I don't know what I should do. Is this you? What's up, y'all? This your boy Gary B, the budget guy. Welcome to Mentally Financial. Here, I will talk about money management skills for beginners in 10 minutes or less. Today, I want to talk to all of my fam about emergency funds, what it is, and why it matters. This is a reference article from NerdWallet. But I want to take a quick break because I want you to get some paper and take some notes. I'll be right back. This is Mentally Financial. I'm your host, Gary B. Let's sit back and let's get into this episode. Welcome back to Mentally Financial. I'm your boy, Gary B., the budget guy. Hey, like I said earlier, we're going to talk about what an emergency fund is. Do you know what one is? I hope you do, because if you don't have one, then we got a problem, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all are beginners and I know y'all just starting out trying to get your life right, trying to do things like you were taught to do by your parents or some other people you may have seen. But right now, the economy is messed up and I want y'all to start off right, okay? So we're not going to go into no serious deep dive, but if you would like to get a deep dive, you know you can always visit my website, www.gbromejuniorfinancial.com, and we can do a one-on-one session to make sure you stay right. All right, let's jump into this thing. What is an emergency fund? Well, I'm going to tell you, an emergency fund is a bank account with money set aside to pay for large, unexpected expenses such as unforeseen medical expenses, maybe home appliances or repair or replacements. You might need to make a major fix on your car, you know what I'm saying? Or you might lose your job. Those are unexpected things, things that we don't think about, sometime when we really, really do need to keep it in the back of our mind. That's why you always see those ads on warranty ads and this and that. Hey, the medical bill. You see a lot of this. So that emergency fund is money that you set to the side that's going to keep you going. Okay. Now, the problem with emergency funds is everybody can't always put the money where they need to put it. And I respect that because, hey, it's just how it is. We got family to take care of, we got responsibilities to take care of, we got ourselves to take care of. So, this is what I'm going to talk to you about of how you as a beginner can, with whatever amount of money you make every week, every 2 weeks, every month, or whatever, how you can put together an emergency fund for you. Okay. Because remember, every emergency fund and every budget is not the same for everybody. So we're going to try to make it fit for you. All right. This is just some guidelines that you need to follow to try to help yourself. Why do I need an emergency fund? And then you also got to think these are questions that I've been asked. Okay, so we're going to talk about what it really is because people always ask me these questions, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna tell you why you need an emergency fund created. Because that emergency fund is a buffer that can keep you afloat in time of need. Okay, without having to rely on credit cards or high interest loans or anything like borrowing money from a family or a friend. Sometimes we got to, but to try to keep you from having to do those things, that's what emergency fund is really, really set aside for outside of what we talked about earlier. Earlier, I gave you the definition of what an emergency fund is. But that, to break it down in more layman's terms, an emergency fund is just that extra money that you may need in the sense of an emergency. Okay. Now, this is what some people ask me: how should I save? Or how much should I save? Well, let me tell you, it's all based off of your pocket. Okay. Some say 3 to 6 months, and that's great because 3 to 6 months might be good for them, but it might not be good for you. Now, me personally, I have a few years of savings put to the side, but I built it to that. Okay. I was a beginner just like you. So I had to build it up to this. Okay. But at least get 3 months at the least, y'all. I mean, if you can do more, keep pushing and keep pushing for more. But at least 3 months at the least. And what we mean by 3 months, you got to add up your bills, your utilities, your cable, your internet, your car payment, your insurance, anything that you're paying out of your pocket, you should be able to take that money and put it over into a savings account just built for emergency funds. Okay, and that's we're going to go into that one. That's the next question. Where do I put the emergency fund? So it kind of segued its way over to that question. So real quick, how much should I save? No less than 3 months, y'all, but as much as you can. That's really the answer to that, whatever your pocket can afford. Now let's get into that other question. Where do I put my emergency fund? You should put your emergency fund in a bank account just for emergency funds. Okay? Nothing else. Emergency funds. So don't touch it for nothing unless it's an emergency. Yeah, you might want to take a trip. That's not an emergency. You know what I'm saying? Um, so your boy, your girl may want to borrow some money. That's not an emergency. Do not touch this money, y'all. It's for you to stay afloat in time of need. Okay. Now, the third question is, how do I build an emergency fund? All right, let's talk about how to build an emergency fund. To me, there's four basic things that you can do to build an emergency fund. Okay. One, calculate the total that you want to save. First of all, like I said, whatever you want to save, don't base it off your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister, or your friends. Calculate the total that you want to save. Because your emergency fund might be what you want it to be, not what somebody else thinks it should be. All right, number two, set a monthly savings goal. That is pretty much broke down to this. If you know you want to save $100 a month for your emergency fund, that's the goal you want to set. That lets you know at the end of the year, you got $1,200 in your emergency fund. So you keep doing that year by year by year. Think about the nice little savings you're going to have, okay? And then number three, move money into your savings account automatically, into your emergency fund automatically. Turn on those notifications where, hey, when you put money into the bank, automatically send whatever you set your goal for to automatically go over there so you don't think about it. You don't have to say, well, did I put my money over there this month? You don't have to do that, okay? So automatically put it in one account to the other. And number four, this one is kind of hard if you're not really into the budgeting thing yet, but it's not hard, but it's a budgeting thing. Keep the change. What does that mean? Keep the change. Well, if you take any one of my budgeting classes, you're going to know that I overpay. Let's say a bill is $50. I add 100 to it. Let's say a bill is 75. I add 100 to it. And the reason why I do that is because I want to account for every dollar that I spend or every dollar that I use. But you say, Gary, the bill is only $50. Where does that other $50 go to? Either my savings or it goes to my emergency fund. That depends on how you set your account up. That's what we mean by keep the change. Okay? Because you already had in your mind that $100 is paying that bill. Even though you know it's only 50, that other 50 is going to your savings for either your travel, either your fund, either your emergency. That's what keep the change mean, okay? What should I save or how much should I save? Remember, no less than 3 months, but whatever your pocket can handle. All right. Where do I put it? Create an emergency fund account in whatever bank you in. Okay. And number four, how do you build an emergency fund? Calculate the total you want to save, set your monthly savings goal, move the money to that emergency account automatically, and keep the change. Okay? Those are the things you do to make sure that you have an emergency fund. This is your boy Gary B. This is Mentally Financial. Hey, I'm trying to teach you how to set up your money management skills in 10 minutes or less. Because I'm the budget guy. And like I always say, I do the research, you just gotta follow. I'll talk to you in the next episode. I love you. Peace. Thank you for a great season 3, everybody. Season 4 will be starting April 30th, 2023. I'm going to be bringing more information for all you beginners out there that's trying to start out or get your finances straight. Keep following me on all your favorite podcast networks, wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm your boy because I'm there. I'm Gary B, Mentally Financial, because I'm the budget guy. I'll see you next season. I'm out of here.